Bryce Perkins could be replacing Matthew Stafford as the starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams. Today, we're going to be going over that statement, whether to believe that's actually true. Side note, I don't believe that's true. If Matthew Stafford is healthy, I believe, obviously he is going to be the starting quarterback. He was like top 5 in pretty much every statistical category. He just won an NFL Super Bowl. Obviously, I'm not dumb. I don't believe that Bryce Perkins is going to replace him if he is not injured. But we're going to be talking about Matthew Stafford's elbow injury today. And whether or not Bryce Perkins can replace him and the Rams can still do good. So that's what we're going to be going over. And the reason I bring this up is because Bryce Perkins just had an extremely good first preseason game. He was connecting with wide receiver Lance McCutcheon, who could be getting a possibly, depending on how Van Jefferson does other injuries. Anyways, he could be getting a spot on the Rams roster, possibly, depending on if his preseason continues to go well, just like his training camp did. But Bryce Perkins did extremely well. He went 10 for 17 with 133 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, an average of 7.8 yards per pass, as well as about 2 sacks for a loss of 10 yards and 123 quarterback rating. Not only that, but he did rush extremely well also. He rushed for 8 times for 39 yards and about 5 yards per carry, as well as 1 touchdown. So he had a total of 3 touchdowns and did extremely good. Basically 8 yards passing as well as 5 yards rushing. That is elite company to be in. However, it is preseason. We are playing against second and third strings. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But he just had an outstanding game yesterday. And he had a very good preseason last year, as we all know as well. Obviously, Matthew Stafford, while he did deal with injuries, he never really needed any help from his backup, Bryce Perkins and John Wolford. So Bryce Perkins doing extremely amazing. And could he replace Matthew Stafford if Matthew Stafford was to go down? Now, Matthew Stafford is dealing with a bit of an injury right now, and it's scaring some people. So former Rams OC Mike Martz, Matthew Stafford's elbow scares the heck out of me is the quote. Now, this is taken a bit out of context, but let's go over this. Basically, Matthew Stafford's elbow has become a major storyline of training camp, even though the Rams never planned for that to be the case. He basically felt some pain in his right arm after throwing in practice one day. So the team has lightened his load and also gave him an injection into that elbow. Stafford and Sean McVay have maintained that it's nothing to worry about long term, but they're just trying to make sure he's healthy as possible for the upcoming season. But those on the outside looking in are a bit more worried about Stafford's elbow. Former Rams offensive coordinator shared his thoughts in a video. He basically said, if I'm the head coach here and if I'm the coordinator and he's still not feeling right with the arm, I'm nervous about it because we have a long time here to get that arm right. Obviously, Matthew Stafford just got his extension. Martz said that when he was with the Rams, their quarterbacks experienced some fatigue in camp because they threw the ball so often in practice. It even happened to the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, who won us a Super Bowl. Basically, he said we had a similar situation where we used to throw the ball so much in practice, we'd call it the rag arm. We do know that Matthew Stafford has dealt with problems with this elbow in the past season. So if he was using it so much, it would make sense that this is happening. The guys would basically throw the ball and it would just look like a duck. I don't care how strong they used to throw too much. Every third day, they would knock off reps for Kurt because he just threw the ball too much and give the other guys those reps instead, which I think is a perfect way to do it. I don't think you should be overworking your quarterback and risking injury. Martz isn't inside the building, so he doesn't know how the exact status of the elbow or how the quarterback's feeling. But based on his experience, Martz would be concerned. The quote is, "I don't know, but it scares the heck out of me because if they're talking about it now, and boy, that would scare me." That's basically what he had to say on it. However, Matthew Stafford has been impressing in practice. He's downplaying his irritating elbow issue. He made a few deep throws after this whole situation and even a no-look pass during practice on Saturday. And he said that he felt that he could make any throw he wanted to. And this is something interesting because Matthew Stafford is one to play through injury. He is not one to not play through pain. plays through everything. So if he is able to throw that ball and make any throw he wants to, he will play through the season until he physically cannot. Now, is there going to come a time that he physically cannot? If that is the case, Bryce Perkins possibly may need to step in. I know they may start John Wolford over him, but Bryce Perkins has had back-to-back preseasons. Last preseason, he absolutely he tore up the field, as well as this preseason game, the first one we had, he did amazing as well. And he's a dual threat. He's not just a passer. He also rushes. So he's a bit more dynamic than John Wolford is. And I think he might be the better person to fill in for Matthew Stafford if Matthew Stafford needs a game off, just because his elbow is too tired or whatever the case may be. I think Bryce Perkins is the perfect backup to play a game or two, if that is the case. Hopefully, Matthew Stafford will just have a little soreness through the season. He's able to play through that. But that's what I'm kind of looking for. Sean McVay said Stafford's injury is a bit abnormal for a quarterback, but he reiterated that the Rams have planned a modified approach and progressive build with the camp. And yeah, I mean, obviously Stafford says they're just going through something irritating at the moment and that they have a great plan. So everything is being reiterated that this is not something that's going to affect him long term. But Bryce Perkins, if something is to happen for Matthew Stafford, is fully capable of filling in for Matthew Stafford for a couple games and even winning games. If it's like 500 teams and, not the Packers or not some of these top tier like Buccaneers teams in the league, I think that Bryce Perkins can easily win with the roster that we have around us. We have a star-studded defense. We have a star-studded offense with Lance McCutcheon now coming alive. We could be having reinforcements on the way as well. So if Bryce Perkins needs to step into that role, I think he will fill it perfectly and not do as good as Matthew Stafford will do just because he doesn't have that experience or even that talent, but I think he can do well, which is extremely good. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? I'm definitely interested to hear. Am I out of my wits saying that Bryce Perkins can win games in the NFL? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this Matthew Stafford elbow injury? I also want to hear about that in the comments below. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Leave down in the comment section below what you guys want me to make videos on. I'll try to keep that in mind going forward. But yeah, it's going to be it for this video. Leave a like and subscribe. My name is Zach, and I hope to see you in the next video.